Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel Voice of Fire Tarot. For today's reading I'm going to be asking Spirit what needs to change for your wishes to come true. And when I say change, it could be anything from a particular situation that you're in, it could be a particular habit or behaviour, a relationship. It could be to do with particular energies. When I say it needs to change, it could also be something that is already changing, that it is in a natural process of changing as well. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today. And there will be 3 groups for this reading. So if you choose group 1, you'll be selecting this lovely piece of malachite. It's small, but it packs a punch. All right. And then for group 2, it will be the citrine, the yellow citrine. And for group 3, it will be this piece of Chrysocolla. Okay, so take your time, use your intuition to select which group or groups, there might be more than one, which of them resonates with you, and pause the video if you need to. Please remember that these are general readings, so just take what resonates with you and leave the rest. If you do wish to have a personal reading, then if you follow the link below, this will take you to my Etsy shop where you can get a personal reading as well. Okay, and if you like what you see, please remember to the usual things like, share, subscribe, all them sorts of things. Okay, so thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing your reading. Goodbye. Hello group 1 and welcome to your reading. You chose the Malachite crystal, and this reading is about what needs to change in order for your wishes to come true. So for the first part of the reading, I'll be asking Spirit what it is that needs to change. For the second part, I'll be asking what actions you can do to help this process of change. And for the third part, I'll be asking spirits for some sort of indication of what their wishes are. Okay, and this will mean different things to different people within this group. And please remember that this is a general reading, so just take the parts that resonate with you and leave the rest. Okay, lovely. So I'm going to put that aside for now. So I'd like to know first, please, Spirit, what is it for people in group 1? What is it that needs to change, please? When I'm connecting to your energies, group 1, what I instantly see is like a gold disc, and there's an imprint of a face in it, but it's like the disc is turning into what looks like one of them old, it's almost like a red, I think it's like a hermetic seal or something on an envelope. So I'm getting a feeling that it could be something to do with money, or maybe some sort of possibly a job interview, or something to do with your own personal sovereignty that needs to transform in terms of your own self-confidence. That's what's coming through as well, and your own belief in yourself. But let's see what the cards say. Okay, so what needs to change for people in group 1 in order for their wishes to come true? What have we got? So we have here the Lovers, followed by the High Priestess. Wow, this is a really powerful start. We've got 2 major arcanas here, and we have here the 4 of Swords, and I'm instantly drawn to the 4 of Swords. What I'm instantly drawn to is this golden light. In this particular deck, this original Rider Waite, it shows this particular card is very gold. Someone looks like they could be in sleep, they could be resting, they could be meditating, anything that really applies to you. But I see a lot of golden light infusing this person. I get a big sense that this is to do with your intuition, as we have the High Priestess in the middle, and we have the Lovers here, which is really about you connecting with your angels. Could be your guardian angel, or definitely with your guides, who have that strong kind of angelic frequency that are in that same frequency, your guides in that frequency. So I feel it's to do with connecting to your intuition, and I'm really getting a sense of your own personal sovereignty that will come through, especially with this gold colour. And I feel that what's happened is Spirit actually wants you to connect to a much higher vibration, almost like connecting to your soul, or some people like to call it your higher self as well, which is definitely what I'm seeing with the Lovers card here. Also, when we're talking about intuition, I'm seeing the feminine here. I'm instantly drawn here, and if you notice, the female is to do with the intuition, and the female is seeing the angel, and the female here, well, the female part of ourselves represents our subconscious or our unconscious, and this is the part of us that Spirit communicates with, or our guide communicate with as well. So there's a real need for you to do a lot of soul searching, really get to know yourself on a soul level. And they're almost indicating how to do it in a way. There's a time need. What they're saying is that you need to give that space to yourself, that time to rest, that time to connect with yourself fully. Not just your three-dimensional self, not just your mind, not just your everyday thoughts, but really open up to this high frequency energy that's coming through, and get to know yourself. So I'm going to get some clarifies from these two. I'd like some more information, please, Spirit, about the Lovers and the High Priestess for people in group 1. I just feel like once you connect, to this intuitive part of yourself, you really, a key will appear for you, and you'll be able to unlock something within you that will enable you to tap into that frequency where you can actually manifest any wish that you want. So for the Lovers and for the High Priestess. Now in this instance, the Lovers can mean many different things, but I feel for you, group 1, we're talking about high vibration, that high vibratory frequency of love. There is no higher frequency than that, the energy of love. So we have here Death, which is actually the card of transformation, which is highly, highly relevant to this reading, because death is to do with change. We need change, or death, for change to occur. And then for the High Priestess, wow, this is incredible. We have the Hierophant. So I'm getting the feeling that there's an extra dimension coming here. I feel a lot of you in this group have a lot of very, very strong channeling or psychic abilities. What I'm getting here with the High Priestess is almost like you're opening up to particular secrets. What they're indicating to me that you're opening up your psychic self, your psychic senses. And what the Hierophant is about is actually bringing this information down. This information that you are getting could be from, the Akashic records, from your guides, and you're bringing it down onto the earth plane. Okay, this is what the Hierophant is about. It's about really grounding this information, this very, very high frequency information that you're receiving. And also, when I talked about sovereignty, I see a lot of sovereignty here. I feel that it's belief in yourself, and there's almost an older world feel to it, especially when I saw this hermetic seal on what would have been an envelope as well. So I feel like you've had a particular gift for a very, very long time, going way back through previous lives. In order for you to get the wishes that you need that you want in this particular lifetime, there's a need for you to reclaim or reconnect to this psychic ability you have, this channeling ability. This is definitely to do. This is a change that we're talking about. It's a major arcana. It's the Death card. It's a need to get rid of the old and to bring in the new. And this is what the new is. This connection to your intuition, basically. Wow, very, very, very powerful. So what I'd like to know now, I'm going to go to this deck, I think, actually. One of the newer decks that I've just purchased. So Spirit, please can I have information for people in group 1, please, about what needs to change in order for their wishes to come true, please. Wow, creation. unique expression, flow of creation, joyfulness. And what I'm instantly drawn to, if you look at this image, it's got somebody's in the dark, but they're not just in the dark, they're really connecting. They've got their eyes closed. And if you notice, their third eye is glowing and it's expanding and expanding with that bright golden light, like this golden light in this Four of Swords card. And this is what's happening. There's a need for your third eye to really start to expand and to open. Okay, so to really, really work on that. And there's a uniqueness to you. There's a way of expressing yourself that you intuitively know it's there, but you need to connect to it again. Okay, and this is how you're going to do it. This is what needs to happen. Your third eye needs to open. Wow. Okay. And what this will do, this will enable a flow of you to create whatever life you want. Because it's almost like you have this foresight of any actions that you do, you know instantly, your third eye's open and you know how that will really manifest in the future. You're tapped into like a line, like it's almost like a feedback center. You can actually tell what's going to happen when you do it. You know what's going to happen further down the line. Wow. Okay. What else? I'm going to go to this other deck, I think. So for group 1, please, what needs to change in order for them to, in order for their wishes to come true? Oh wow. Again, we have a card that's kind of in complete darkness. And what I'm sensing here is a sense of darkness to light, which we get here with the Death card as well. It's getting rid of the old, but in order to get rid of the old, the things that don't serve you, we do need to go through darkness sometimes. So I get a feel, especially for this group, because there's 2 of these quite dark cards, a lot of you are possibly going through some dark night of the soul. It's a difficult process, this spiritual awakening, but it's a process that has a purpose and it needs to serve its time in a natural manner. And I think this is what's happening with you. So we have here Alpha Dragon harnesses the divine masculine power of creation. We've got the word creation as well. Destroy the old. What did I say? We've got the Death card here, getting rid of the old. Visualize your dream. Okay, that third eye opening is going to help you to visualize exactly what you want. You'll be 10 steps ahead of it, basically. Help to manifest a new world. Okay, so you really, really have an intense ability to do this. And I really believe it's about you believing in yourself, having that self-sovereignty to do that. And this is what needs to change. So basically what needs to change is you to have the belief in your own abilities to manifest anything you want. That you have the psychic ability to do this and the foresight that you are a channeler. For a lot of you in this group, I do feel that you are channelers. And to really trust that instinct, trust them, whether this be clairvoyantly, claircognizantly, or any other way that you receive these messages and this guidance, is to trust it and to trust yourself and to have that, that feeling of self-power. And then you'll be able to create with purpose, but also with all the information that you need. So let's get some information. I'd like to know now, please, Spirit, how can people in group 1, what can they do to help this process? What actions do they need to take to help this transformation or change occur more easily? Sometimes it's a case that you don't actually need to do anything physically, and that it's almost a case of allowing something to happen, a transformation to happen as well. So we have the Emperor. Wow, another major arcana. And then we have the Page of Swords, and then we have the Devil. So definitely I think a lot of you in this group are going through quite intense, and possibly you could feel like a very, very drawn out dark night of the soul. Now, with the Devil here, it is indicating the need for you to address the shadow aspects of yourself, not to ignore them, but to address them. We all have a shadow. And what's important is that once you've addressed them, you can integrate it and you can start to work with it. And then this helps to expand your third eye. And then what we have here, Page of Swords. Now, I feel that this is you being open to receiving messages and trying to make them as clear as possible, working towards that, which is what the Page of Swords is about. He's a very, very intelligent page. He's very, very quick thinking. He's to do with the element of air. So information is going to come to you in a very, very quick way, mentally as well. And then we have the Emperor, which, what I said before, it's about that sense of the masculine, having that confidence about yourself. Remember what I said, that self-sovereignty is really, really important. Whether you're male or female, we all have the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So really, what I see here with the first card, the Lovers, this is almost like the perfect balance of your divine masculine and of your divine feminine, getting that balance perfectly right, which is easier said than done. But what they're saying here, there's really a need for you to work on that masculine side, the side that goes out into the world and creates and gets what they want, gets what they want, obviously in a really, really in a good way, obviously, that doesn't harm anybody. But yeah, wow. Okay. Let's get more information about this Page of Swords, please. So, spit more information, please, about the Page of Swords. Wow, okay. That's unusual. We have another page here. We have the Page of Pentacles. So, another messenger. But this time, this to me is about earthing or grounding these messages that you receive directly, through your soul guidance, and directly from spirit and directly from your spirit guide. This is about grounding it. This is really, really important. But in order for you to ground it and hold that vision, which is what he's doing, these messages need to be really, really clear. You need to get really, really clear. In order to do that, you need to really, really work on the shadow aspect. Okay, and it's about really, this will help to expand the third eye, open the third eye, but also it will enable you to see through any kind of illusion as well, and to see the truth in things, which is really, really important. Right, okay, so I'm going to go to this deck, I think. So for group 1, please, what actions can they take to help them bring about this change that needs to happen for their wishes to come true? Awakening. Wow, in bulk awakening. And this is wonderful, wonderful imagery here. And you see all things starting to bloom, but in order for an awakening to happen, we need to go for the darkness. Remember, we have the Death card here. And there is a period of darkness, as we see with all these cards. But with darkness, you need, obviously, we can't have just darkness, and we can't just have light. We need both for that balance. But this is about really exploring yourself. This is definitely a spiritual awakening that you are getting. And this, to me, is about allowing that process to happen, working with the shadow, not rushing it, but allowing it to happen. And this will start to give you much more confidence and much more awareness of yourself. Not just on a physical 3-dimensional level, but on a really, really deep spiritual level as well. Okay. Anything else, please? I'd like some more, please, Spirit, for people in group 1. What actions can they take? We have physical activity. Wow, okay. What I'm mainly drawn to is this kind of indigo colour, which to me is, rather than the word physical activity, is really, this is represented to me the colour of the third eye chakra, and surrounding it is this lovely amethyst purple colour, which is also through the crown chakra. Okay, and also we have 6 and 7, which makes 13, and 13 is also the number of the Death card as well. So what they're saying is for you to allow this transformation, this awakening to happen. And what's interesting as well, when we have awakening, if you look at the colour I'm not sure what kind of flowers they are, but they're purple as well, which matches the colour here. So it's allowing this awakening to happen to enable these high frequencies, the expansion of your third eye and your crown chakra. But again, we've got the third eye smack in the centre of this card. Okay. Wow, very intense reading so far, group 1. So what I'd like to know, please can you tell me remember these are different for everybody in this group, but what are the kinds of wishes that will come true for people in group 1? By following this advice, by allowing or bringing about this change. Okay, what have we got? We have the King of Swords, followed by the Queen of Cups. Wow. Followed by the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is basically the wish fulfillment card, which is a wonderful card to end on. But what this says to me is that your wishes would be basically the King of Swords. You have basically have a lovely combination of the masculine and the feminine. And obviously they're both court cards. We have a king and a queen, so this is definitely personal sovereignty. You have a much more access. I see this as an access to your intellectual mind and your ability to make decisions, the right decisions, really, really quickly. With the Queen of Cups, this is that perfect balance of the mental, the focus, the clarity, but also the intuition, the psychic side of yourself, the receptive part of yourself as well. So it's a wonderful balance here. Okay, so let's get some more information about this Nine of Cups, please. Please can you explain more about the Nine of Cups for people in group 1. Wow, look, we have the intuition or psychic card, I call it, in the court cards, the Queen of Cups. Wonderful. What I'm feeling here, I'm looking at all these cups with the Nine of Cups, and I'm getting a sense that a lot of you in this group, as I said, are very psychic, very intuitive, have a lot of spiritual abilities, and I've seen all these cups lined up, and it's almost like you're amassing, on a metaphorical level, you're amassing trophies. Just to show what abilities you have, and there's a sense of real achievement here. And I see this curtain, and this is telling me is that there is even more behind the curtain. There's even more potential to come as well. So basically, it's not the end of this process. There's much more to come, much more wonderful things. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to go to this deck, I think. Divination of the Ancients Oracle deck. So what are the wishes? What is the nature of the wishes that will come true for people in group 1? Runes, perception. Interesting. So I think your perception is going to change and you're going to get a lot of insight, and you're able to discern things. And again, using the runes as another spiritual ability. And it's strange that my ears are starting to ring now, my right ear, which is very strange when I'm talking about that. And then we have fire, spontaneity. What I'm seeing here is a lot of passion, and this to me is a spark of passion. And this also with fire it resembles a spark of creativity. It's almost like you're being reborn into something new and wonderful. But what's happening is you're being reborn, and how you're doing this, you're actually reclaiming a gift that you have that has possibly been forgotten through all the the ins and outs, ups and downs of everyday life. It's possibly been forgotten. So what needs to happen is that you need to allow the spiritual awakening to happen. Allow that third eye to expand, integrate the shadow, work with the shadow, regain that self-sovereignty, and this will open up so many things to you. And there we have that spark of creation will come back. Beautiful. And we have the Nine of Cups to finish. Well, lovely reading. Thank you, Group 1, for a lovely first reading. I hope you liked it. If you did, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel as well. Okay, so thank you for watching and goodbye. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. You chose this lovely piece of citrine, and this reading will be about what needs to change for your wishes to come true. And what's really interesting, when I was connecting to your energies, what I instantly saw was an image of a pig or a piggy bank. And on the side of the pig, a door was opening and money was pouring out. Just constantly pouring out loads and loads of money, loads and loads of gold coins, and they were falling into the sea. And obviously the sea was going to wash them away. What's funny, when I was a small child growing up as well, you could open there was a possibility of opening like a child bank account. And I'm not sure if it was with NatWest or Barclays, British banks. And this would encourage you to save money as a child. So you had a baby pig, which was the least amount of money, which is at the beginning. And then you had an older brother or older sister pig, which is a bit more. And then when you saved, I think it was £100, you got the daddy pig or the mummy pig. And the baby pig is obviously the least amount of money being saved up. And this is the image that I saw. It was actually the baby pig with the door opening on the side and all them gold coins falling out basically. So what I think this is indicating to me is that possibly a lot of you in this group have some sort of perceptions of money, or the ability to make money, or the ability to keep money. And this could be actually holding you back possibly from achieving the wishes that you want to come true basically. So I think this is what this is referring to. So let's get a bit more information. So for group 2, please, what needs to change in order for their wishes to come true? Okay, Spirit, what have we got for group 2? Okay, so we have the Four of Swords. That's interesting because that came up in the last reading. And then we have the Four of Cups. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. Now, this is interesting. So, I feel here, in this Four of Swords, there's a need for you to possibly to relax and allow. Because what I'm feeling here, this is the energy, this Four of Pentacles. It can mean many different things, but in your context, it's almost like someone is trying to hold on to what money they've got. And by holding on to it, they're not allowing other or more money to come in. It's almost like that. It's almost like it's like somebody's going into themselves. It's like contracting. And when energy contracts, you can't allow more energy to come in. So money and things like that. Money is just one manifestation of energy. So things like that won't come in for you. And it's funny, he's got all these gold coins, all these gold pentacles, and he's holding them so close to himself, to his chest, that he's got such a fear that he will lose what he's got. And that fear is actually attracting more of the same. It's like the law of attraction, really. And what's happening, that energy is being sent out into the universe. The energy that you haven't got enough, that you're going to lose what you've already got. And what's happening is, you're possibly getting signs and synchronicities from the universe, from spirit, to say, look, there's this opportunity. But because I see here, you're kind of in your own kind of perception of money, and that you're missing out on particular opportunities where you can expand. This is what I'm seeing here, and this is somebody's kind of missing out on these things. This is the strong energy I'm getting. And this, to me, this Four of Swords, this is the more positive, the positive sense of allowing. And we have that gold color. Gold, obviously we have citrine here. Gold is obviously the color of wealth. So I do feel that this really does refer to something to do with finances or money. They're really directing you that you need to start allowing and start to be open about things. So I see a lot of arms folded here, holding things close to your chest, that fear of losing money, which is very, very understandable, very understandable. But what they're saying now is a time for you to start to release and to start to relax. And what will happen is more money will start to flow to you. The energy will start to flow much more easily. Okay, so that's the impression I'm getting from this. So I'd like to know more about this Four of Cups, please. Please, Spirit, tell me more about the Four of Cups for people in group 2. About what needs to change in order for their wishes to come true. Okay, this is interesting. And what I instantly saw with this, we got the Moon card, and the Moon is often to do with fears, illusions, fears of the unknown, which is what I'm seeing here. It's that fear of the unknown, fear of taking risks, obviously measured risks, not silly risks, but obviously something measured and thought out. It's that fear of, and when we have fear, what happens is we start to contract. It's normal to have fear. It's a normal part. If we didn't have fear, we wouldn't be normal, basically. We wouldn't get by. So we need fear in order to obviously to be safe. But I think in this instance, the fear about losing money and not keeping the money that you have is actually built up so much that it's become a massive fear, and this is kind of blocking this lovely golden abundant energy flowing towards you. And what happens is you don't see the signs, you don't see the opportunities that come your way because of this fear. Wow, very, very powerful. Okay, so that's the block that needs to change. So I'd like to know more about this. So I think I'm going to go to this deck, I think. Okay, what needs to change for people in... Oh, that flew out. Let's have a look. We have here Orgam Nature. Okay, now I'm drawn to this tree. And it's almost like the tree is starting to split in the middle, and I'm seeing this golden light coming through. And what's in there is something really magical that's trying to get out. It's almost like some sort of hidden knowledge, but it's all encased within this tree, and it's very, very dark. But here you see this lovely golden light coming through. Okay, I need another card, please. Okay, for people in group 2, please, what needs to change for their wishes to come true? Dowsing rods, Seeker. Okay, so in this instance, obviously card meanings change for different kinds of questions, but I feel in this instance, in this context, this is to do with being closed in. This organ nature is to being closed in. But now the dowsing rods is a much more open energy, actually starting to follow a particular path, looking for opportunities, noticing these lovely, obviously you can see these streams of light coming through. It's almost like when somebody's got a metal detector and they're on the beach and they're looking for, I don't know, gold or coins or silver, whatever. And it's that energy of searching for things, searching for something new, searching for abundance in a way. So I think it's to do with being closed and it's the difference between your energy being very closed and contracted and being open to any abundance that comes to you. Interesting. I'm going to go to this Dragon Oracle deck now. So more information for group 2. What needs to change for their wishes to come true, please? Magenta Dragon enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom, awaken your soul memories and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. Yeah, that's interesting because we have like all these curtains. They look like curtains, these curtains, but they've been burnt away. And it's almost like something is being revealed from this. This to me is really connecting you to a much higher frequency. What this will do is enable you to connect to that frequency of abundance as well. Wow. Okay. Right, so what I'd like to know now for group 2, I would like to know what actions do they need to take in order for them to bring about these changes, or this change that is needed for their wishes to come true. So we have the Five of Cups. And what's interesting, I see a lot of darkness and grief here, but also 3 cups have been spilled. There's a feeling of lack here, but also there's a need to look around, come out of yourself and notice the opportunities for expansion behind, the opportunities for abundance, which is represented by these 2 cups here. And then we have the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man, the best word to describe the Hanged Man is surrender, which is very much like allowing. And when you surrender, you open up. And what this Hanged Man is doing, he's hanging upside down. His head is glowing gold, basically. And by hanging upside down, he's able to gain different perspectives of a situation. But in order to get the different perspectives, you need to kind of surrender and to just pause and just start to allow and see things in a different light, and this will start to open things up for you. So going from a very closed energy to an open energy here. And then we have the Devil card. Okay. Now the Devil is also associated with the energy of Capricorn, and a Capricorn is to do with determination. It's about really striving and working hard towards really getting, towards practical attainment, to getting the things in a practical sense. So working hard, making money, getting the things that you want practically. So it's a very, very grounded energy. But I think there's 2 meanings here for you, group 2. A lot of you in this group. I feel there's a need to work with your shadow, as well. I think this came up in the same position actually for people in group 1, which is interesting. There's a need to work with your shadow and to understand what are the reasons that you have this perception about money or the lack of it. You might have a perception that has given you doubt or lack of confidence in your ability to be financially independent or to have the things that you want in a material sense. And this is about exploring that. This is exploring the shadow part of yourself. And this will really give you loads of information. And this will help you to remove this block that you have towards manifesting abundance, basically. Wow, okay. So yes, working with the shadow. Now the Hanged Man. What else can we say, please, about the Hanged Man for people in group 2, please? Because there's definitely a sense here, when I go back to the Oracle cards here, of really, it's a very, very dark tree, and there's a sense that you need to open up and look further into this tree. This tree is obviously metaphorical, but there's a deep sense in order to explore the shadow, explore it further, and to delve deeper. This is why we're having this split. And it's almost like they're codes or information. I'm getting, what I feel is almost like they look like fish, actually, when I'm looking at it. But this is about all the secrets to why you have these beliefs about money. It's almost like a poverty consciousness that you might have learned, you might have inherited, something might have happened as well that's stopping you from getting the financial abundance that you want and you deserve as well. And yes, this is about seeking. Wow. And also, as I said before, something needs to be exposed. Something's being revealed behind the curtain. And it's almost like these curtains are starting to burn away. And that is what you need to do. It's almost like you need to take a deep dive into yourself, into why things are happening. And what this will do, this will start to burn away any form of restriction. So for the Hanged Man, we have the 5 of Swords. Now the 5 of Swords is all about, I feel that when you go into this Hanged Man energy, when you truly surrender, and when you truly start to explore yourself and the beliefs that you have, this will open you up to This to me is elements of your shadow self, but also it could be to do with your relationship with others. There could be other people who have made you feel this way, whether intentionally or unintentionally. It could be their beliefs that are quite negative about money but have rubbed off onto you. But this reveals a lot, really. By doing this, it's very important for you to go through this process of surrendering. Okay, right, so I'm going to go to this stack, I think. So more information, please, for people in group 2. And what actions, what can they do to help bring about this change? We have ancestors' remembrance. Now, it's interesting because I was talking about really looking back and really looking back in your past. Could even be things from a past life, you never know. It could even be a case of you doing some sort of spiritual work, contacting your ancestors and asking them. There could be some sort of ancestral karma as well. But there's a need to explore here. And when you start to explore, when you start to seek, you will get the answers. And with them answers, you will start to get power over your own perceptions and how you perceive things in the world as well. But obviously, we have the remembrance. We're going into the dark tunnel. We're going into the dark tree. And then you start to get these lovely golden stars. And gold is really the colour of abundance. Okay, right, I'm going to ask this numerology deck now. People in group 2. We have nature. So 7, I'm looking at the numbers now. So 7 and 4 makes 11. So it's a master number, spiritual number. So I feel there's a need for you to go deep into yourself. I will need more information about this, actually. What I've noticed, though, is that nature is also in this card. Nature, Ogam, nature. Let's get some more. Let's get another card. Communication, and we have a master number 33. Okay. I feel it's almost exploring things in the 3D for you. Nature's obviously 3-dimensional. So it's about exploring things in the 3D, exploring the reasons why certain things have happened. But I think there's a need to kind of blend it with that higher communication, that communication with spirit. What I'm also seeing is this lovely golden colour. And to me, actually, looking at it now, we have green and we have gold. So these are both the colours I feel of luck, of abundance, of wealth, green and gold. So that's what I feel is happening here. And this purple colour, this amethyst colour, is about really being open. I can see a crown chakra here starting to light up of this hanged man. So what I'm feeling here is when you start to surrender, you start to get different perceptions of the situation. And this will start to light things up for you in a big way. It will provide a guiding light through the darkness and help you understand where these damaging beliefs have emanated from, where they originate. And what this will do, by doing this job, by opening this crown chakra, exploring this, go through the surrendering hanged man phase, we're opening up to the colours, the energy of green and gold, which is wealth and abundance. Wow, interesting way of showing it. Okay, so now what I'd like to know is to finish off the reading. For group 2, I'd like to know what are the wishes. Obviously, this will be different for everybody in this group, but you get a general gist of the energy, so just take what resonates with you. So what are the wishes that would come true when this change occurs for people in group 2, please? So we have, wow, we have the Four of Swords again. This to me is a much more relaxed, relaxed way. Then we have Strength card, and then we have the Seven of Swords. This to me is your ability to almost be much more calm about money, about things, and you'll get an inner strength as well. I'm not sure about the Seven of Swords. What's that about? Wow, Queen of Pentacles. Right, okay, so what I thought it might be. So with the Seven of Swords, often you get the energy here of someone who is just surviving day by day. They don't have a plan. It's almost like there's Four of Pentacles energy in this instance, that they're collecting all their swords, they're keeping the swords for themselves, they're having to survive basically, they're not flourishing. But what's happened is, because you've been infused with this lovely golden energy, this Four of Swords energy, this ability to connect. And remember here, the Four of Swords has gone from gold, but it's gone to this dark colour here. This is you connecting to your shadow side, really connecting possibly with your ancestors and really exploring yourself and where this beliefs comes from. This will give you the strength. You'll be guided basically by spirit, by your spirit guides. They'll give you the strength to see what's actually happening. And then we have, as a result of this work that you've been doing, we have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles, she's about really being resourceful. She's able to manage her finances. She's able to grow something basically from nothing into something wonderful. She's very much in charge of her finances. She's financially independent, but also she's financially independent, but not just independent, she's very abundant. She's in a beautiful garden. She has all this nature around her as well. And that's wonderful. Yeah. I'd see someone in much better control of their finances and able to manifest what they want much more easily, because they've taken the time to notice why they're holding certain beliefs, and they are starting now to surrender and allow new energies to come in. Yes, because we have the moon here, which is about, fear, not facing your fears. Then we have strength. So obviously, which is a very, very different thing. This is about combating your fears. Okay, let's see. A bit more information for the strength card, please. Wow, Three of Cups. So yeah, by you facing up to things, really, all this lovely celebratory energy is coming through. It's almost like your guys are singing and dancing and they're happy for you, basically. This is what I'm seeing. There's a feeling of really letting your hair down and not worrying so much about money. And when that starts to happen, you start to get much more control. And that energy that was all contracted will start to expand, and you start to attract more abundance towards you. So this is what will happen. You'll connect to that energy much more easily. Okay, let's see what we've got here. So the people in group 2, please. What wishes will come true for them? Wow, what a wonderful card to finish. We have the roots of abundance. Okay, we started with this dark tree and the need to explore that tree. But by doing that, what's happened now, all this magic is starting to manifest. We have all these butterflies here. Butterflies are to do with transformation and to do with change. This tree is starting to become green. It's gone from dark to green. It's starting to become, really, there's abundance. Wow, it's almost like you're starting to learn how to think like somebody who is abundant. And this is wonderful. Yeah, and you're just building and building upon this. Beautiful. Thank you very much, group 2. Yeah, quite a difficult reading. I can see difficult reading in terms of, it's difficult when when we have certain beliefs about money, and that can really restrict us and stop us from getting the life that we want and deserve. But there's definitely some work that can be done here. But that lovely. This is basically telling me that you're able to tap in to the energy of abundance, of financial abundance, which I think is obviously abundance can be in many different ways. But yes, that general feeling of abundance. And obviously money, finances will just be one side effect of it. That's the easy part. The hardest part is actually allowing that abundant energy to come through. Lovely. Thank you very much. So I hope you liked the reading. If you did, please remember to like, share, subscribe. And thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. Hello Group 3, and welcome to your reading. You chose the Chrysocolla crystal, and this reading will be about what needs to change for your wishes to come true. So, Spirit, please can you tell me, for people in Group 3, what is it that needs to change in order for their wishes to come true, please? Let's have a look what we got. Right, so we have the Six of Wands, followed by the Sun card, followed by the King of Cups. So what I feel here is that there's a mix of confidence in yourself, as I see with the Six of Wands. And what I'm seeing now is almost like it's a picture of, it looks like two people, or sort of two people riding surfboards, and they're almost coming out of a big kind of a black hole, if you like, and they're coming out the other side into the light. This is what I'm seeing now, and there's like a confidence about them coming through. So I feel that a lot of you in this group, you possibly been through a lot of difficult times, or something really difficult quite recently, and that you're starting to come out of the end of it, and what it's taught you is really emotional balance, which is what I see with this King of Cups. He's able to ride quite a turbulent sea here, a very turbulent sea. He's not able to control the turbulent sea. Obviously, it's very difficult for us to control events around us, but we can control how we live with these things, these difficult things that are going on around us. And this is what he's doing. He's able to do that. He's able to control himself. He's not capsizing. He's not controlling the elements. He's controlling how they affect him. This is what's happening. So there's a very victorious energy here. There's a sense also of you needing to reconnect with your inner child as well. Really important. It's a sense of just really connecting to that sense of yourself, the child who's not worried about what other people think, and and they have something that they want to do, and they're just thinking in their heads, I want to do that. I want to do it now, and I can do whatever I want. It's that childlike wonder that Spirit wants you to connect to as well. Okay, and I think for a lot of you in this group, that might have been lacking for some time. So there's a really need for you to connect with that part of yourself. The Sun is also a very masculine card. It's very much to do with creation, and it's also about kind of going forward and trying to achieve what you want to do with that spark of spirit and passion and that belief that you can create and you can control the world, your own world that you want to live in, not the world around you, but your own world, which is really important. And there's a need for you to really, I almost get a sense that you need to come out of yourself more and to radiate some energy, some form of really positive energy that you have, that it's almost like your light has been dimmed for a very long time. And what they're saying now, it is time to ride, obviously metaphorically, but it's time to ride high with confidence. This is what this is about. Rising high with confidence, believing in yourself. What I feel with this, a lot of people in this group, that you have a naturally very, very, one of these personalities that people, you give up light wherever you go. And it's time for you to tap back into that power. You give out light, positive light, and people around you are attracted almost like moths to a flame. They're attracted to the light. They see that positive light. They see that confidence. And it's almost like Spirit is saying that it's time for you to step into your power now. And I feel that you've learned a lot through a lot of struggle and through a lot of difficult, dark times. And this has also taught you how to be really, really stable on turbulent waters as well. Wow, very powerful. I want to know more about this Sun card, please. Please tell me more about the Sun card. People in group 3. Wow, we have the Lovers here. This is wonderful. This is connecting to a, I feel this is connecting to energy, positive energy, in its purest form, in its most highest frequency. They want you to do that now. It's connecting to your inner child, to nurture your inner child, to really get a sense and really get a grasp of what your inner child wants, and to treat your inner child with love. And this is what this is saying: treat your inner child with love and respect. What this will do, you basically start to flourish, and that energy, that wonderful positive energy, will come back and you start to radiate. Because it's almost like you are naturally connected to that very, very high angelic frequency. As I said, people are drawn. Again, there's light radiating here. People are drawn to the energy that you give out. Beautiful. Wow. Okay. Right. So I'm going to go to this deck, I think. So more information, please, Spirit, for people in group 3 on what needs to change for their wishes to come true, please. Flow. Release control. Divine will. Oceanic consciousness. Wow, you are definitely connecting to the natural flow of things. And also we have this lovely water here. You're able to ride on this water. They can be quite turbulent, but you're able to ride on it, to flow with the energies. Rather than resisting, they want you to flow with these energies as well. Very, very high vibrational. And you can see with this, the white of the card, the very, very bright colours, very vibrational. And we also have that lovely aquamarine colour, which is very much to do with your heart chakra. More similar. I think it's your throat chakra, actually, aquamarine. Green is more to do with your heart, but it's definitely along them lines. Water, again, is to do with your emotion, to do with your intuition, to do with your feelings. So again, very, very related to the heart chakra as well. But what it's saying is, if you connect to that inner child, to that really, really high frequency, that high frequency which you naturally are able to really project out into the world unintentionally, what will happen is you will start to go with the flow of things rather than resist. And when you go with the flow, obviously you're able to connect to things that you want in the universe and naturally pull them down into the 3-dimensional. Okay. Let's choose this one now, I think. So what is it that needs to change for people in group 3, please, for their wishes to come true? Wow, we have Herbal Kitchen, Alchemist. Yes, this is the ability. This goes on a much more deeper level. This is your ability to actually, it's almost like you can alchemize. You can bring very, very different energies together. It's almost like this King of Cups. He's almost like an alchemist. He's able to ride along the flow of energies, and there can be negative and positive energies, but it doesn't affect him. So you almost feel like you're starting to come into your own power, especially with the Sun card. And because you're with the flow of these energies, you're able to alchemize basically. So I think a lot of this is to do with inner alchemy on an energetic level, not necessarily a physical level, but an energetic level. In order to do that, in order to bring these energies together and go with the flow of things, it's almost like you're repairing yourself on a very, very deep molecular level. And again, it goes beyond the molecular level. It goes to, into the higher dimensions, basically, of yourself, of your spirit, of your body as well. Wow, okay. So there's more to this than meets the eye, I think, with what needs to change. I think there's very, very deep energetic changes that need to take place. It's not just something on the surface. But what I feel with this is if you actually start to find that emotional balance and also believe in yourself, which is what the Six of Wands is about, it's believe in yourself, connecting to your inner child. What this will do, because you're doing the physical things, this will actually help you to connect with them higher frequencies and to enable this inner alchemy to take place. Okay, so what I'd like to know now, I'd like to know, Spirit, what can people in group 3 do to help this change or these changes take place? There's too many. Okay. Okay, so we have the King of Swords, followed by the World card, wow, followed by the Ten of Cups, beautiful. So the King of Swords, this is about really clear, being really clear, but also I'm getting the strong sense of the masculine that needs to come through. Whether you're male or female, we all have masculine, feminine energies. But this King of Swords, he's confident, he makes decisions. He's not scared to put his opinion across. So I feel that is what is needed to come through, especially with the Six of Wands energy here. And also we have the Ten of Cups here, which is really about you really focusing on connecting to them really, really high frequencies. That frequency of love, that really, really spiritual high frequency, which is what I see with the rainbows here. It's actually opening you up on a very spiritual level, on a very energetic level to all the colours of the spectrum, basically, all the dimensions. And then we have the World card, which is actually you starting to come out of yourself and actually starting to interact with the world, but in a very, very confident way. And you can see this person in the middle of the World card. She's actually dancing and she's quite free, she's happy, very much like this playful child in the Sun card as well. Very, very similar energies. But this is actually coming to an end of a cycle. So this is actually very, 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 very positive. It's the last card of the major arcanas. Lovely. So let's see, we're going to go to this numerology deck, I think. So Spirit, what do people in group 3 need to do to help this change to happen so that their wishes come true? Adventure. Yes, about having that sense of adventure. We have 5-5. 5 is to do with challenge. It's about challenging yourself. It's about pushing yourself, pushing your boundaries as well. And we have this lovely, I think it's teal and this blue colour. So it's about expressing yourself, really working on your throat chakra as well, expressing your opinions, not being afraid of what other people think. But expressing how you feel, expressing what you think, really taking up your space in the world. Wow. And really, it's about, like a child, like the inner child, seeing life as an adventure. Rather than the everyday mundane, you could turn the everyday mundane into an adventure. This is about changing your perceptions as well. Wow. Let's have a look. I'm going to go back to this deck, I think. So for people in group 3, please, what can they do to help this change take place for their wishes to come true? Opening the heart. Yes, remember I was speaking about the heart chakra. So the right to love and be loved, heart healing. So there's a strong focus here on your throat chakra here, your expression, but also your heart chakra. And again, we have the 10 of Cups, which is all about the heart chakra. And the heart chakra, sometimes people can, a lot of people can focus on the upper chakras, like, the third eye, the crown. They're obviously very, very exciting. They open you up spiritually. But if our heart chakra is closed or very blocked, this can actually block us from our spiritual abilities, block us from our ability to manifest, our ability to love ourselves and to love others as well in the world around us. So there's a real need for you to really focus on yourself and heal that heart. Wow. Okay. So lastly, what I'd like to know for people in group 3, please can you give me, and obviously this will be different for each one of you, but please can you give me some indication of the types of wishes that will come true for them, please? Okay. So we have the 5 of Wands, followed by the 2 of Cups, followed by the 9 of Pentacles. Wonderful. So I feel that this is about you going out into the world. We have 5 wishes challenge. Now 5 of Wands can have very many different meanings, but this is about, this to me in your context, and this question for you is about healthy competition with others. It's about you standing your ground, taking your place in the world. I really, really feel that. And also, I feel here, this could be a connection with a significant other, because I feel that when you're projecting positive, confident energy, that attracts to you the people that you want, more so than if you attract a very, very different energy. This could be true for some of you, and for others, it could be really that you're connecting really to your higher self and to spirit. You have a much more closer connection as well. So I think this could mean different things for each of you. Then we have 9 of Pentacles. So this is actually building up abundance. We have a garden which is abundant. She has all these pentacles that she's built up. It's obviously a beautiful garden. It's probably a very, very large garden. There's a sense that she has that lovely feeling, that feeling when you've achieved something and you have that lovely feeling that goes with it. And this is what I get with this card. So I see a lot of material abundance taking place here. So let's get more information about that card. But I don't think it's just, financial things. I think it's to do with different qualities that you've actually started to realize that you've got, which were kind of hidden away in the bushes before, but now they're starting to be revealed because you've built up that confidence and because you've connected to your inner child. Okay. 9 of Pentacles, please. The Hermit. Okay. So yeah, remember I said that these pentacles are hidden away in the bush, but you've done the inner exploratory work, which is what this Hermit energy is about. The Hermit is about going into yourself and exploring every aspect of yourself and really knowing yourself as well. And it also has a golden light here with a lovely star in the center. So the more you explore, the more things will start to be revealed to you. You start to, to actually learn about talents, abilities that you never thought you had, things you liked as well that you never thought were possible. And yeah, it could be anything basically. So it's really, really positive. Okay, some more information, please. People in group 3. I just feel by looking at this Hermit card and this 9 of Pentacles together, It's almost saying that the more you explore yourself, you explore who you really are, again, your inner child, you'll start, this is like, it's almost like a feedback mechanism where you're starting to reap the rewards of all this self-exploration. Wow, the royal you. Beautiful. We have this lovely golden colour. And again, the royal you is about that sense of personal sovereignty. It's about you really respecting yourself, really having that presence about yourself. Remember I said you give off that radiant light, that golden light that radiates from you. And people will start to notice this energy. It will start to get brighter and brighter as well. So yeah, that's beautiful. This is about you really taking up your space in the world. What else? Let's see. I'm going to go back to this deck, I think. So for people in group 3, one last card, please, to give some indication of the types of wishes that will come true for them when these changes occur. Lemurian egg. Rest, reintegration of divine potentials. Wow. This is showing me when you have an egg, these different eggs almost that are hatching. And this to me is that there's more potential. There's much more to come as well. I see a lot of healing taking place. And again, it's very, very similar to that sense of you really going back to yourself, to the beginning. We have the inner child. You're actually reintegrating your inner child, and what that's doing is actually connecting you much more closer to the divine you. Is connecting you much more to your higher self, and then you are able to transmit this into the world, and then you'll be able to you'll have access to your wishes, whatever wish you want, much more easily. Lovely. It's a very, very interesting reading to finish. Thank you, Group 3, for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, please remember to like, share, subscribe. If you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to leave the comment, to comment as well. Okay, so thank you for watching and goodbye.